What's up, guys? My name is Snig. I'm the audio engineer, and today I'm gonna be showing you how I mix this song.
Come on, where you going? We gon' slide you a fuck if it's snoring. Y'all drop Lego pieces, side the stick, this bitch knock out your coins. Hey, full of size, AK, this bitch ain't full of boys. Hey, then I do slide down your block, this bitch make hella noise. Y'all slide down.
Alrighty, guys. So my first plugin that I have on is gonna be the Neve by UAD, and I'm not doing anything at all here with this plugin. I'm just letting it be. I'm just using it for saturation purposes. Next up, I have the Pro Gate by FabFilter with a threshold of negative 48.73, and I'm just using this right here to get some of the background noise out. Next up, I have the the LA2A by UAD, and I have my gain at 40, and I have my peak reduction around 60, and I'm using this to bring up the lows and to bring down the highs. Next up, I have a Pro Q3 by FabFilter, taking some of the lows out around 172, then dipping it around 333, and then dipping it again small at 642. Then I'm doing a high shelf filter at 10,372. Next up, I have a multi-band compressor, and I have my threshold at the low end at negative 48, range of negative 6, attack of 20, and a release of 20, and I have it at 324 hertz. Then from 324 hertz to 5,249 hertz, I have my threshold at negative 34.85, range at negative 6, attack at 20, and a release of 20. Then from 5,249 hertz to forever and so on, I have it at negative 38 for my threshold, range of negative 6, attack of 20, and a release of 20. Next up, I have an 1176 by UAD, and I have my input around 30, and I have my output around 12. And then I have my attack at 7, and then I have my release also at 7. And I have my ratio at 4. Next up, I have the Pro C2, and I have it on opto mode. I have my threshold at negative 7, and I have my ratio at 9.15 to 1. Then I have my attack at 11.51. Then I have my release at 102.1. And I have a hard knee going on. Next up, I have my distressor. I have my ratio at 6 to 1. I have my attack at 3.5, my input at 4, my release is at 7, and my output is also at 7. Next up, I have my first pull tech, and I have my low end set to 60, high end set to 8K. I'm boosting my high end at 4.5 with the bandwidth of 5, and then I'm attenuating 3 on the low end, and then I'm boosting it just over 0. Next, on my pull tech, I have a whole new pull tech, but except for on this one, I have my low frequency at 100, and I'm attenuating it at 4, and then I'm boosting it at 1 with a bandwidth of 2. Then I'm boosting 5K at 3 with just 1 for the attenuation at 10K. Next up, I have a de-esser, and I'm just cutting some of the high end out from 5,000 to 11,000 hertz, and I have a threshold of negative 32. And then lastly, I have a UAD LA3A, and I have my gain around 6, and I have my peak reduction around 4. Alright, then I have a bus, which I named bus 14. Boom. And then bus 14 came up over here, and I turned this knob all the way up to I turned it to negative 1.5. And then on the channel, I put a distressor for parallel compression, and I have it on nuke mode, and I have my input at 5, my attack at 3, and my release is at 5, and my output is at 6.5. And then that channel down there is at negative 2.3. Next up, I have bus 3, and I'm sending it at negative 10.7, and I just have some modulation going on right here. And I just went to the presets, doublers, and click tight doubler, and changed the mix to 100%. And then I went down here, and I turned it down to negative 7.6. And then for my very last send, it's bus 8. Oops. It's bus 8, and I'm sending it at negative 2.6. It's going to be my reverb. And I haven't authorized this reverb yet on this computer, so you guys are actually hearing this mix without any reverb on it now that I just think about it, but it'll be okay. It still sounds pretty good. What I'll do is I'll put the actual full mix version in the beginning instead of playing it from the DAW. Alright. And so I just went in here and I just went to Vocal Hall. And then the rest I just left blank. Alrighty guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and share please. Thank you. Peace.